So now layer of string. So we have almost this much of levels. A equal, let me create everything as a hello world. So A dot capitalize. Yeah, the first one will be starting from capitalize. So when I'm just giving a capitalize, the next line it starts with like only the first letter from the given string will get caps. So the next thing is when I'm just giving upper, everything will be converted to uppercase. When I am giving a lower, everything will be converted to lower case. So I'm just creating something like this now. So now when I am applying a case fold, okay, when I am applying a swap case, when lower are convert to upper, upper are convert to lower. So this is your basic functions of your string. This four is actually related to each other. So the next thing is we need to discuss about this case fold and encode. So for this case fold and encode, we need some special character to understand. So for example, I'm just making this letter. Case code is nothing but it is going to convert to lower case. It is actually helping us to convert which is not comes under normal alpha. So that's the very important stuff. So where we are just making some a like this. So a dot lower, if I am applying a lower case means, see this, if it's a caps, it will be converts to lower case. The first step will be done. But there is some special character is looking there, like a beta or something, it's there. So we don't know what is this exactly, but we need to convert this. So case fold used to convert those things, sir. So a dot case fold, it's actually converted to ss. So why it's converted to ss is like when it just observing this special character, whatever it understood, it used to convert. So we are not actually converting this. This is actually based on the ASCII characters and the UTF-16, those kind of letters. It's actually converting to uh, letters. So we used to go for the sentimental analysis in the data analytics in this artificial intelligence. We used to go ahead for the sentimental analysis. When we are going for a sentimental analysis, we need all those things. So where you used to use a smiley or some special characters, so those smileys are actually convert to a lowercase or some relevant characters. But sometimes those kind of smileys, it won't convert to special characters. Sorry, it won't convert to English words. So in those kind of scenario, we need to remove this. For to remove those kind of stuff, we need encode. So here we have this O. I'm just copying this O. So A dot, okay, A equal to pi and this O n. So instead of normal O, you have something which is exactly looks like a Latina or something. So A dot, I'm just giving a case fold itself. So when we are using a case fold for it, nothing is actually in a caps kind of letter, so it's not converting. So now what we are about to do here is a dot encode. So what it will do is it will ignore ASCII characters. So this O is a kind of ASCII characters. It's going to ignore. So apart from this normal characters, normal letters, if it's find anything as a ASCII character, it will remove those things. So after it's removed, we'll get a output in a bytes. B means bytes. So we'll get in a bytes format only. So that's what we are getting here. So this is a very first thing you need to understand. So you are having a capitalize, it will caps the first letter, and upper it will convert everything to uppercase, lower it will convert everything to lowercase, swap case upper to lower, lower to upper, and this beta it's actually converting to related some English letter, and then this O which is actually used to remove from your string. So this all actually related to each other. So now we'll be going ahead with the next thing. So next thing is all about your count. Hope you know count is. So let me take this hello world here. So a dot count. I just want to count how many O is there. So I have total two O's and I want to know the O's after fifth index. So only one O. So of course after the fifth index we have only one O. Actually find and index will act same. So find O, it will give the index position. So of course it's starting from the zeroth. So once it's find this O, it will give you that O. So we have one more stuff R find, which is actually starts from the reverse. So when we are going ahead with it to find this O, you get the 4 because 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this O is actually located in a fourth index, right? So Python is an interpreter, so it will start from the zero. So once it sees the zero, once it's seen the O, you will get that index position. But if you are applying a reverse find means it will go in this direction. So reverse direction, if it finds this O, then it will give you the index position of that O. So the first O is in R in this fourth location, and second O is in the seventh location. In case if you want to find anything else, you can just use something like 5 to 7, because 7 is always the value is excluded, right? So 5 to 7 we don't have any value, so that's the reason you are getting -1. So like this also you can able to find some values. So in find, if the particular value is not available, you will get -1. So instead of find, you can able to use a index. Index also work exactly same. It will give you the index position, and R index also. That means reverse index also, it will give you the same index position. But when you are going ahead with your this method, so here your O is not available in between 5 to 7, it will give you the error. So this is what the difference between your index and a find. When we are finding out something, if the value is not available, find will give you the -1, index will give you the error. So you can choose a find or index. If you want to go ahead with the error, choose index. Otherwise, if you want to get -1, you can just go ahead with the find. So that's a one difference between your find and the index. So the next thing is we have something like ends with, starts with. So this is actually really easy. A dot starts with, I am telling A is starts with H. Is it true or false? True. A, it starts with caps H. It's false. Python is a case sensitive. A is starts with hello. True. A is starts with something SO like this. It's a false. So instead of this, if you are just giving ends with, it's A is ending with SO, false. It's A is ends with D, true. Because hello world, it's ending with the D. So that's what your starts with and ends with this. So apart from length of A, it's nothing but a 11. So total you have actually 11 characters here. But you want to make total 40 characters. So for example, A dot center, I am just giving 40. So now what it will do is you will get the index position for 40. See here, from here it's starting and here it's ending. So total you got 40 index here. So the center means you will get everything as a empty, and the given string will made in a center position. So now here you can able to fill with some characters. So that's known as a fill characters. It may be any string. You can just use any string for the fill characters, even A. So everything here is a and here also A. The hello world will comes in the center. So that's what your center is. So the same like center, we have a one more thing when it comes to left justification. You will get everything in the, it will start from the left. So it's actually made it in the left justification like this. Instead of when you are just making a R, it will make everything in a right justification. So all these inbuilt functions are actually used in a NLP concept. NLP concept, that's nothing but a natural language processing. When we are going ahead with the NLP concept, all these inbuilt functions are mainly useful for us. So that's what your concepts are. So capitalize, case fold, center, and count, encode, ends with, starts with, index or index, and then just write just this all we completed. So now we will discuss about this expand tabs format map. Yeah, actually we almost completed. Okay, now expand tabs. So that's nothing but uh, Python \t programming. So when you are just giving something like this, print of a, for instead of that \t, you will get one space, one tab space, one small space. You want to increase that space. So for that perspective, when you are just applying a dot expand tabs, I am giving a 8. So the tab size will be a little increased. See, it's actually increased. If I am giving a 40, you will get the large size difference. So it's almost the 40 pixel, it's actually increased the cap. So wherever you are having a \t, if you want to increase the size of this \t, that nothing but the space of \t, you can use the expand tabs. So the next thing is print hi your name and you have a balance of. So I just given something like this. So now what I'm just going to do here is in this hi your name and you have a balance of 1 2 3. So now this your name and balance 1 2 3 you want to make a dynamic. Remaining everything is a static one. That's nothing but our bank messages. So every time our bank messages actually same. You will get hi